Do you want to give us a little clap there, Owen?
No, we're not starting yet.
Okay, we're not starting.
This is the intermission.
Okay.
You can add this bit if you want.
Yeah,
to,
we'll
like,
do. This is how we're going to start it. This is how we'll start it. Do you want to give us a clap? Do you want to give us a loud?
Sure.
That's a great
I mean, it
clap.
registered.
Yeah.
Did it?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. Look, there it
Holy
is.
shit.
There it is.
Just a
Okay.
little bleep.
Hi, and welcome to...
Do we have a name? Wait, do we have a name?
We don't, not yet. We will do at some point. Right. Hi, and welcome to the currently... Stop clapping, Owen, alright? Your time to clap is over. Right, let's start again. Whew. Alright.
Oh, we're starting again.
God. Already in shambles. What a great start. This is all going in, by the way. Not editing any of this.
Good.
Alright, okay. Welcome to the currently unnamed podcast.
Oh, that's a good name.
It is. I was
Well,
thinking of
unnamed
calling it the
podcast.
something cast, but it's pretty lame. Anyway, we'll
I
figure it out.
think that's been done.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Has been
Yeah.
by me. That's this one. It's this one. Okay, this is a currently unnamed podcast. I'm your host, Tom, and I'm joined with my co-hosts, Jonathan
Tom.
and Owen. And Tom.
I like how when you said co-host, you looked at Owen and then said my name.
Yeah,
first.
yeah.
I was going to do a thing, joined by your host Tom and your co-host Tom. And
We're all
your
called
co-host Tom.
Yes, I'm joined with Owen and Jonathan. Say hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
The first one was Owen. The second one was Jonathan.
From all the information they got from Two Highs.
Yes, right. Let's talk about some news.
Right.
Now, this is
Section 1 news.
Yes, news. Now, the thing is, right, we were supposed to do this a while ago. So all the news I have is really, really old. Bar one,
Ooh.
which is a recent piece of news from today, which actually we can't really talk about, but I'll get to that in a minute.
Why can't we talk about it?
I'll get to it in a minute, alright? Don't
sorry,
rush
I'm
me.
excited.
Don't rush me.
You've got me on the
Okay,
edge of my seat.
It's like
I need to try and remember
Suspense.
these because my notes are on my phone and we can't access it. Yes.
I should not lean back.
Okay.
Actually. I should get close to the microphone.
First piece of news is Doom. We're going to talk about the
yes,
new Doom.
Doom.
The only
Eternal.
piece of news I have
The exciting.
is that it was delayed.
Yes, it's delayed to
March 20th, 2020. Now, back when this was a relevant piece of news, it didn't have a new release date, but now it's pretty irrelevant because it's... But the funny piece of news is it's coming out on the exact same day as Animal Crossing. So...
That's really going to split it.
yeah, it really will.
Because the Venn diagrams there are real big.
I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of crossover between Animal Crossing players.
Absolutely.
And Doom
I hope they
players
have a
is just-
crossover event where you can be Doom Guy in Animal Crossing or an Animal Crossing character in Doom.
I mean, to be fair, both of those events would be incredibly short for entirely different reasons.
Why is that?
Well, the Doom guy in Animal Crossing would destroy the world of Animal Crossing in about 5 minutes.
That's true.
I mean,
yeah.
it could just be a costume. Just a
It
dude,
could- oh,
just
yeah,
a,
okay,
just
yeah,
a
yeah.
normal
Just a-
villager with a helmet.
I like that.
Yeah,
Because that would look
I
really
mean,
hilariously out of place as a normal villager, but
to be fair, the Doom helmet is an awesome looking helmet. The Doom guy helmet.
It's a cool
I
helmet.
love it.
It's a very cool helmet. I like the whole
I
design.
think it'd be funnier to put an Animal Crossing person in Doom. To be
Yes.
fair.
Yeah,
Oh,
but that
and
would
he
be
doesn't-
also incredibly short of a game if you.
No, because it
Animal
could be
Crossing
like
character.
in Smash.
Oh no! You do the same thing that you did when you put a guy in Animal Crossing. What you do is you have an Animal Crossing player in there, but have him just destroy everything inside. Just have him like the most badass character that, like, you walk into a room full of demons and then just like you see a, I don't know, a bird person or whatever the Animal Crossing people are just.
Or you have Tom
Wandering.
Nooks and he charges all the demons a fortune for their houses.
Do you keep
There you
the
go.
art style the same?
Yes, yeah, it's that
Yeah.
out of place. So it's really
Yeah,
good graphics for Doom, and then just this
No,
shit
it's
character
the
model.
villager
Monocolour
from
as well.
Doom, but the size of Doom guy.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
But with the normal villager face.
Yeah.
A thick Animal Crossing villager. I like it.
Thick
Thick
boy.
Okay. Second piece of news.
Second piece.
This is, I think, still relevant.
Okay.
I like this. Well, I don't know how much I like this piece of news. It's the person who's playing Catwoman in the new Batman
Oh,
movie.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz, yes.
Is she? Yeah.
Now, Zoe Kravitz was in Mad Max Fury Road, and she was also Mary
I
Jane in Spideyverse, the cartoon.
No, she
cartoon.
wasn't.
She was, according to IMDb. I did my research.
It wasn't. That was Haley Steinfeld.
Well, she may have played Gwen Stacy.
You did some amazing.
Gwen Stacy.
Isn't Mary Jane. They're different
You're right.
people. They're different people.
you're right.
I
I
looked
got
at
that mixed
IMDb.
up. You're
Don't
right.
make me doubt my news, alright?
Wait, Zoe Kravitz played Mary Jane.
Yes.
Zoe
In Spideyverse,
Yeah, yeah,
which I
yeah.
don't think was a big role. I don't think.
No,
it
she
was
only had
like-
a few lines, which
Oh,
is
I
why
know
I
who she
assumed
is
you.
now.
Which is why my brain thought you meant Gwen Stacy.
Yes, no, she played Mary Jane. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really know who she is. I haven't seen her in that
I-
much.
I remember. I've seen her in something, but I can't remember what it is.
Fantastic Beasts, probably.
Yes.
Oh, is
that's
she
it.
is she the
Yeah.
woman in Fantastic Beasts? How
Yeah.
did that not? How was that
That
not
singular
the first?
woman?
Yeah.
There's a few women in
No,
that one.
the one that dies in the new one.
I can't
Spoilers.
remember, honestly.
Spoilers for
I'll
the
be
new
honest.
one.
Spoilers for the worst Harry Potter based movie.
Yeah, I'll be honest,
ever
I've
made.
forgotten.
She's the one that fancies not
Yes.
Harry Potter, Eddie Redmayne.
I've forgotten most of that
No,
film.
she's the woman who was friends with Eddie Redmayne's
Yeah, and she
character,
fancied him.
but then gets
Did
engaged
she
to
not
Eddie
fancy him?
Redmayne's
Brother.
Yes, but
Yeah.
she does fancy Eddie Redmayne because there's that flashback when they're in school and she's got
Yeah,
their
she
names
fancy-
written down.
Does she fancy him anymore?
Yes,
There is
that's the whole
another
point.
No,
woman
there's
who
definitely,
also
like,
fancies Eddie
There's
Redmayne.
definitely tension there. Yeah,
I mean,
there's that
he's-
woman that lives in his basement that also fancies
Yeah.
him.
Oh god.
He's so hot.
I forgot about
everyone
his
fancies him.
basement woman.
So yes, Zoe Kravitz.
So yeah, the plot of Fantastic Beasts: Crimes of Grindelwald is Eddie Redmayne has a basement woman.
Yeah, and that's the plot. That's the whole plot. That one scene that lasts about 2 minutes is so relevant.
my
So
God,
glad
it's
they kept
so
it in.
fucking
J.K. Rowling is a great scriptwriter. Anyway, moving on. But the Batman movie has a bunch of other stuff going up around it. Jonah Hill is going to be in it. As
Is that
either,
Who's
yeah,
he
I'm pretty
playing?
sure he's either going to be the Penguin or the Riddler. Now,
The Riddler's been confirmed
Who's
as
Riddler?
someone else who I don't have up.
Quick.
my news is pretty
Google.
outdated then because when I was reading it like 2 weeks ago,
No, there's been a confirmed Riddler. Hang on.
they were saying he was going to be in it and that the Penguin would be a bit on the nose. Because I'm guessing because he was fat at one point. And
Yeah,
the Penguin's
he's slimmed down though.
He's really slimmed down. I don't know what they're talking about, but yeah. And obviously, if you didn't already know, Robert Pattinson is playing Batman, but that's pretty
To
old
be
news.
fair, it's
Yeah.
really funny just because of his history
With Twilight,
with Twilight.
I-
But he's a decent actor.
he's a very good actor, and this is
Like,
supposed to
he's
be
not
a
half bad.
darker Batman story,
Yeah.
which could be more interesting.
Paul
kind of like the
Dano.
Joker.
Paul Dano.
Paul Dano as the Riddler.
That's
I
true.
like that. I like that a lot. Paul Dano is in a lot of good films.
Yeah.
Have you seen Okja?
No.
Okay.
You've been meaning to get me to watch that for like the last.
It's a
4
great film.
years.
It's on Netflix, man. Just watch it on
Just
Netflix.
to
Paul Dano's great.
just to clarify for the podcast, Tom is our film expert.
I did film at uni, alright?
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm the
I
film
mean,
expert.
that does make you the. But that. I mean, you say that as if it doesn't make you the film expert.
It does. It really, really does. I'm checking to make sure
Make
this
sure
is
it's
still...
still
Okay, it
recording.
still
Yeah,
is.
we're
We're all
recording.
good. Okay, anyway, Batman.
I'm gonna stop messing
Are we
with this
excited about it?
Yeah, kinda.
I'm excited about everything Batman.
I wasn't excited about it, but then I saw Joker, which we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
And I was very excited about it because Joker is the worst movie ever made. That's my opinion. No, I'm just joking. It's great. No, but I'm excited about it
Oh.
because I like Robert Pattinson.
Okay, this you've
I
just
like-
reminded me something that's
Yes.
really funny, which
Go for
I'll
it.
talk about when we get to the Joker
Okay,
segment.
okay.
But just remind me to
I will remind you. I will try and remind you.
cheers.
So that's that news. Anyway, we've got some more news. I
You've
will-
got some more years.
I'll get better at
my
this.
mum's calling me.
Oh no. Well, you can accept this phone call if you want.
I'll listen
Bye.
to you.
Sorry, if my mum's calling, well, it might be nothing, but.
Okay.
Oh, this
Hang on, give me a sec. Give me a sec,
Well,
give me a sec.
I guess
Can you
I.
pause it?
Yeah, I'm gonna pause it. Welcome back from Jonathan's Jonathan's rude call.
Half an hour.
It was 10 minutes.
Yeah, man, that's 10 minutes too long.
Yeah, 10 minutes of what?
Yeah, the
our
problem is
life.
we've all forgotten about what we were talking
Yes,
about.
we
10
can't
minutes
remember.
of our life we'll never get back. 10 minutes of me and Tom browsing r/beans and things.
Yeah, we were looking at beans.
You're
Man.
literally wearing a dressing gown.
Shut your face.
Anyway, moving on. We were talking about the Batman, I think, but we can move on because I think it was about who was going to be in it, and you said Paul Dano for Riddler.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jonah Hill might be the Riddler, but you're like, no, it's Paul Dano.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
That's what we're talking about.
Is she a good
Uh,
Catwoman?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't think there's ever been a particularly amazing.
Should we get
Catwoman.
Halle Berry back as Catwoman? Yes
only
or
if,
no?
Aw.
only
Yes.
if she wears the same outfit.
I think this
How old is Halle Berry?
like 50 something or other.
Yeah.
This woman, Zoe
Women in their 50s
Kravitz,
can be hot.
she was okay in,
Yeah, no, I think
in
she's
Fantastic
fucking-
Beasts. Zoe Kravitz.
Who?
Zoe Kravitz was
Oh,
good
sorry.
in Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah, she would. I mean, she did a fine job with what she was given.
But was she
That's
very?
with everyone. That's with everyone apart from possibly Johnny Depp.
Was she doing a very Catwoman-y performance in Fantastic?
No, but if she was, that would have made it much weirder.
Yeah, it would.
Oh my god.
I know what you mean. We don't know how she's
the,
going to
The
be.
second
Yeah.
Fantastic Beasts movie would be so good if Zoe Kravitz was just playing.
I think that would be
in
great.
that movie.
I think Paul Dano. You guys don't know much about him, but I think he is a very good Riddler because he's very kind of awkward and like shy and
What's
weird.
he been in? I recognise his
Oak
name.
Okay. He's been in a bunch of stuff, but he also directed his own movie recently, which
sweet.
looks really cool with Jake Gyllenhaal in it, which looks cool.
Which-
Anyway, it's called Wildfire, Wildlife.
He was in that Swiss Army Man thing.
He
with
was
Daniel
in the
Radcliffe.
Swiss Army Man thing with
Yeah.
Daniel Radcliffe, where
one-
Daniel Radcliffe is a farty man and he's
Yeah.
the guy who wants to get home, and he was also really good.
Oh
in
wait,
that.
no, Paul Dano's the guy who wants to get home.
Yes, he is.
Ah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know who
The
he
Swiss
is.
Army
Yeah,
Man,
yeah,
Daniel
yeah.
Radcliffe.
I think Paul Dano would make a really good Riddler. Jonah Hill, I'm hoping they don't do too many villains like, was it Batman
Apparently
Forever
there's
or
going to be a
whatever?
lot of villains.
Where they had
Right.
Mr. Freeze, Bane,
Yeah.
Poison
why
Ivy,
can't
and...
they get Danny DeVito to play the Joker?
I hope they do.
Yeah.
To play the Joker? I thought you said the Penguin.
I meant the Penguin, but I kind of wanted to do
To play the Joker.
Wait, Danny DeVito? Yeah, I mean,
That
God, it
that
would be
something.
weird.
That'd
but
be
man,
something.
I'd love it.
That'd be something.
he is my spirit animal, and in all ways.
I think when he dies, the whole nation will be hit.
When he dies, the whole world will be hit.
That's what I meant. Did I say nation?
You said nation.
Just the UK will be hit.
Yeah.
Only the UK will care.
Danny DeVito is a national treasure.
To England.
To
And
England
nowhere else.
specifically.
Anyway, moving
That
on.
American actor.
We've got more news to get through, and
Yes,
we're
we do.
already like 10 minutes through, so we've got more news. Next piece of news, you may have heard that The Witcher 3 is out on the Switch.
Yes.
Yay!
And two pretty good reviews if you've never played The Witcher 3 before and don't
yeah.
mind bad
about
graphics.
The Witcher 3 on the Switch.
Yes.
Were you saying to me? Someone said to me that it's the worst version
Yeah.
of The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
Yes, probably
I said
me.
that.
Yeah, it's-
I think we both said
We
that. I
probably
mean,
did,
it just
yeah. I think
it
everyone-
finally is. Like, that's just a
For
fact.
the people at home.
I think everyone agrees it's the worst version of The Witcher 3.
Of course it is. It's
But
got to be.
if you've never played it
It's-
before and you exclusively play on the Switch, then it's The Witcher
Yeah.
3 on the
Yeah.
Switch.
I-
But
I-
my news is not that. My news is it's been modded. And it's been modded to improve the graphics.
Oh, sweet.
And it looks so much better. Somehow, I don't get modding at all. And
I don't know how you do that without tagging the already sort of
Yes.
on the sort of because the frame rate it holds up just about.
it was
at 30,
fine. The
but
frame rate was fine.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link. Not to the people who are listening, who don't exist, but I'll send you guys a link. But yeah, they modded it to improve the like overall like sharpness of the image and not the texture quality, but like maybe the lighting and stuff.
Okay.
It looks really good, and it doesn't tank the frame rate. At least like to a awful rate.
I
It's
mean,
still playable. You know what I mean? But as in like these options are there, and I'm hoping. He was clicking the pencil or whatever. I'm hoping that they add it in a future patch that you get to toggle these options on and off. Whatever.
Yeah.
It's not really news. I thought it was cool because The Witcher 3 is not very good on the Switch, but whatever. Moving on. Now, you may have heard of a little company called Ubisoft.
What?
Also,
Who?
Jonathan is eating food very rudely on an audio-based
Sorry, I
medium.
didn't think of that. I didn't think it'd be that loud.
You who
It's
eats
fine.
with your mouth open.
Yes. Now,
They were big flapjacks. Like
That's
I don't
what she-
have that big a mouth. That's the problem.
That's what she said. Don't
Okay.
look at me like that.
you're also drinking. Can you just not eat?
I
or
did that.
drink?
That one was on purpose. That one was actually on purpose.
Right.
Uh.
Right.
Best co-host.
Yes, definitely. The only people I'd want to do a podcast with.
Next week, different co-host.
Yes, next week you're all fired.
No. If next week is still like I'm here again with Owen and Jonathan, but different voices can be heard.
Yeah. You may have heard of a little company
We
called
recast,
Ubisoft. Ubisoft make video games, for those of you who know.
You don't
But they
say.
also are going to be making TV shows.
Well, they
Yes.
already make movies.
All right. All right. Leave me alone.
Sorry, they
I'll
already
try
made.
my best
They
here.
already made one.
Yes, they
movie.
made- they made the Assassin's Creed
I
movie.
don't think Ubisoft technically made that. I think they helped
I'm pretty sure they did.
produce it.
No, they
No,
produced
it's not like,
it. I think
it's not
somebody
like
else.
Ubisoft movie company made it.
No, but I think
the
they're
logo
setting
appears
up.
because
I
of
swear
their IP.
they had some pretty significant, not just like in a producing.
I mean, they
role.
will have done because they want to protect their IP.
Let's not research it and just
Yes.
assume
I'm right.
that
People
that
at
both
home-
you are right, and they
Yes.
both didn't and did produce it at the same time.
It's Schrodinger's company.
Yes.
I didn't have a way to finish that.
It's Schrodinger's company.
It's Schrodinger's facts.
Per company in a box.
Until you know what's right or
Yeah.
wrong, then it is
So-
both.
I'm pretty sure that they're making their own TV company thing to produce TV series. Now, the two TV three TV series that they're planning on making
Sorry, come glitch
are as
for a second.
follows. You may have heard of a little series, and this is going to be a running joke, I'm just going to do this for everything. A little series called Watch Dogs. You heard
What?
of this? A little
yeah.
series called Watch Dogs?
No,
No, I didn't think
never
so.
heard of them.
Okay, imagine GTA, but worse. Right, anyway.
It's like called the Nintendogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But you don't interact with them.
They're
you
making a
just stare.
Nintendo series. Anyway, they're doing a Watch Dogs
No, I do
series,
know Watch
but you remember Watch Dogs, right?
Yeah,
For those of you who
I'm
played
not-
it.
We know
It's
it.
the first one's a bit gritty. His daughter or niece or whatever dies, and it's really sad.
was
And
his wife.
he goes around killing
Oh, no,
people.
wait.
No, it's his niece. It's
Is it his niece?
Yeah, it's his niece.
Then
Because then
what-
he goes to his sister's house later
Yeah,
for that
yeah,
party
yeah.
What,
and gives.
what was I playing where the wife died?
Oh, fucking any
I mean,
game.
like every other,
Literally
every
every
other
game.
video game.
Literally
so-
every game.
Every other video game where a
It's
man,
not even
whether-
games, it's movies. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, my significant
every
other
other
child
piece, every
or
other piece
relative
of
has
media
died.
where a man needs a motivation to kill people.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yes, we do know. Ubisoft,
Good point.
Ubisoft were going a bit different. They were like, which family member has not been killed off?
Niece.
The niece. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, Watch Dogs is a
My
pretty.
second cousin, half removed, was hit by a car.
Exactly.
Time to
I don't
go.
think half removed is a thing.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he was after he was hit by a car.
He was half removed.
It, isn't it?
To remove with cousins means how many generations apart.
Is
you
it not?
are.
Do
can't
you not
be
say half
a gen-
removed there?
No, it's how many generations you are
Well,
apart.
I'm editing
Well,
this
thank
part
you.
out.
Like if your cousin had a kid, it'll be your
Yeah,
first
no,
cousin.
yeah.
more
I've got
removed.
loads of them. I thought you said half removed, but I'm editing this bit out, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. Anyway, continuing with my news segment that you guys keep interrupting. All right,
Sorry.
leave me alone. I'm trying my best.
He hasn't actually got to the news yet.
Because I keep saying little company or whatever. Right. You remember not Ubisoft. Oh
Okay,
my god.
Ubisoft is a company.
Yes,
they're
and they're
making
making a TV
shows.
series.
One of them is Watch Dogs.
And Watch Dogs was a really violent game, as
Yes.
far as we're
I mean,
aware.
you shot people.
Yeah, you did.
Like
Why'd I say
it wasn't incredibly bloody or graphic, but you.
The first one was pretty bad, I remember.
I don't know, you smacked people a bit, but there wasn't any blood. Well, you shot them as well.
Yeah.
I feel like that's blood.
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
think they had blood on it.
what
just
would be
kind
the
of-
antithesis of that? I'm glad you asked. A kids show based on the Watch Dogs series,
Really?
with a 12-year-old girl in a school who does some hacking stuff, and it's called Watch Dogs.
Oh my god, do you remember that show on the CBBC?
Yes,
Where
I
every
was
feel
show.
like that's I feel like that's a completely different thing.
It
to
is,
the
but they're
same
calling it Watch Dogs. They're making other series.
Well, the reason I bring up, do you remember on CBBC there used to be this show?
CBC for those of our American audience, it
You know,
definitely
we
exists.
definitely crossed the pond in this one.
Yeah,
We
it's-
have overseas appeal.
Yeah, we
The
do.
children's BBC, go on.
Yeah, it's
Right.
Children's Network. Anyway, go for it.
They used to have this show about, it was like 3 kids that were spies in this school that didn't know they were
MI High.
spies.
Oh, MI High.
That's it, yeah.
MI High. Yeah, it could be an MI High-esque
MI
TV
High
show.
was epic.
MI High was great.
MI High was mediocre at best.
Can we talk about? Should we do the whole podcast based on MI High?
No,
Fuck everything
I
else.
don't remember MI High that much.
MI High, and there was that guy, and he
know
was
what?
like the janitor, and they
You
had
know
to
what?
pull the like
He was
paint
the
cock
cock
thing.
top.
I find it weird that the first original 3, their names were Rose and Lily, 2 flower-based names, and then Blake.
yeah, but the guy
Like,
had to be called something like.
You started a trend there, and then you just sort of
Like,
couldn't think of
Yeah,
a
but
last
he had to
one.
be called something like Chad Chisel or something. You know what I mean?
Chad Chisel.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that's very American.
Yeah, no, but
But, like,
yeah, it was.
you do
It's
have
one
a
of that.
point, like, what flowery names are there for boys?
Well, maybe not particularly flowery, but
Plant-
it could be something.
Plant-based
I
names.
don't know.
Hi, my name's
Oh.
Just ask
Cherry.
any
Professor
Pokemon
Oak.
professor.
Yeah, Professor Oak. You could just be called the
Oak.
Oak.
Just call it dude Oak.
Hi, I'm Lily. And my name's Rose, and I'm Oak. I'm sturdy, reliable, and
Do you think
loyal.
that's what they did? Do you think they named the first one and they're like, right, we need one for this dude, and then they just couldn't come up with one?
Yeah,
Like,
and they just
Blake.
they looked at their dog and they were like, "He's called Blake." Let's call him. I don't know. Do you call your dog Blake?
No.
You guys specifically, do you call your dogs Blake?
I got my dog Charlie.
Oh, okay.
I don't
That's
have a
nice.
dog.
I like that.
But I will get one.
Yeah, we've got one. He's
I'm
called
not
Sounds
Bob.
like you're stealing one, but okay.
Yeah, he's stealing yours.
I
Anyway,
was tempted to steal a cat today.
there's more news. Wait,
Yeah.
what? Sorry, what? You stole a cat?
I nearly stole a cat. There was a cat outside.
You wanted to steal a cat.
Okay, there was this cat outside our house.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
that
make
was
sure we're
incredibly
recording.
friendly. That.
Yeah, keep going, keep going.
Oh, you
No,
might
keep
be-
going. Yeah, we're
Okay. That was incredibly friendly. So I was opening the door to get back in because I forgot my bag.
Yeah.
Because I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
And this cat was so close to bolting into the house. And if the
Oh.
cat gets in the house, that cat is
cat.
now yours.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the rule.
Whether
Yeah,
or not
that's
you
the
want
rule,
the
yeah.
cat,
Yeah.
the cat is now...
It would solve the rodent problem.
Yes, absolutely. It would get rid of the rats in the
Unless
house.
it ate the trap for it, and then
Yeah,
Oh, that'd
we
be
killed
good.
the cat.
Why would we kill the cat?
No, the
Because
trap killed
if the cat ate the...
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I thought you meant
Trap.
he eats the trap and in revenge we kill him. Fuck you, man.
Do you know how much that trap cost?
Nothing, we didn't pay
Nothing,
for it.
yeah, we didn't put it there.
Anyway, more news.
More news.
In this thing, so the little company called Ubisoft who make little games
The tiny,
that
tiny
nobody's
company.
ever heard of, they're making a Far Cry Blood Dragon series.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess they were like, everyone really likes the game, and I'm pretty sure
It
I
is the best Far
I
Cry.
might
I
be
don't
mixed
remember it
up.
being that heavy on plot.
It's not.
It's not.
It was just, yeah.
It's
so
not.
I don't know what you sort of base it on.
I don't know. It's gonna. Well, you know how
I mean,
there's.
Also, like, graphically,
It's-
it was very sort of stylized.
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing. It's going to be made, I'm pretty sure, by the guy who did the Castlevania series for Netflix.
Oh, sweet.
So it's also going to be highly stylized
Oh,
because
wait,
that
is
is
it going to
really.
be animated?
Yes.
That makes more sense.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
not going to be live action.
Yeah.
No, the
It'll
Watch
be
Dogs
very
one isn't
live
either.
action.
I should have stressed this. The Watch Dogs one isn't either. It's also animation. They're
okay.
both
Is
animation.
it all animation?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I did not know this.
And the animation is for the Watch Dogs one is kind of like the Emoji Movie. Not in that it just looks kind of simple and it's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of quite basic looking character models and stuff. From the one screenshot that we've seen.
Sorry.
Wow, real burn on the emoji movie there.
Yeah, yeah.
I
hate the Emoji Movie.
am completely. I'm gonna block this conversation ever happening because you brought up the Emoji Movie.
It's a great movie. Everyone
No,
loves
it's
it.
the
Classic,
fucking worst.
classic movie. Also,
It's
speaking of the Emoji Movie,
disgustingly bad.
Sony Pictures Animation or whatever,
Oh yeah, it's the
who
best
made the
ever.
Emoji Movie, are making a Peter Rabbit too.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
expect that.
just-
Yeah, me neither. That's news, right?
Because the first Peter Rabbit with James Corden was so good.
It was great. I didn't see it, but I'm just gonna say here, it was the best movie
I was
ever
surprised. I
made.
was genuinely surprised we made enough money to warrant a sequel.
I don't think it did, but did it? It probably did.
Well, I know, like some films that didn't actually make profit are getting sequels.
Yeah, I know.
Like the Tomb Raider one didn't make a profit.
God,
Is that getting a sequel?
I completely
Sequel.
forgot
Yeah.
that that was a thing.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't think it was a terrible.
It was
film.
pretty bad.
I never saw
It
it.
wasn't
Like,
a great
I
film.
heard
It wasn't great, no.
No.
I heard it coming out and it was like, oh, this sounds cool, the Tomb Raider movie, and then I just never heard about it again.
Yeah.
I like Alicia Vikander.
Yeah, she's fun. She's alright. What's she? I swear she was going to be in something.
She's been in Ex Machina, the
Yes.
robot one.
She's the one who looks like Natalie Portman, but isn't Natalie Portman in that movie. She does. Go watch it again. And if you think Natalie
You mean
Portman,
Keira Knightley?
Yeah,
I
Keira
was
Knightley.
like, I was like,
No,
that's Keira Knightley.
she looks like Natalie Portman.
Does she?
Yes.
I don't think she does.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's not important. It's not
Oh,
news.
right.
It's not relevant for this
Yeah, no,
segment.
news.
Today's new segment: Who looks like Natalie Portman?
They're also making a TV
Daisy Ridley.
series of no.
Yeah, no, if you put
No.
like pictures beside each other, there's like this
Kick him off the
weird-
podcast.
Yeah.
What are you on about? They're also making a series of Hungry Shark World, which I didn't realize was a game they'd made. I don't care.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither. I'm just saying
It
because it
sounds
was
like
in
it
the.
sounds like a game that you'd find in an aquarium.
I think
like,
it was like
interactive
a
background.
For our
mobile game.
listeners at home, tell us more about the Hungry Shark World, and we'll give you nothing.
Yeah, write in those who are listening. Please.
Our PO
What if we
box-
got one letter?
Yeah, we get one letter.
I
It's
don't know.
just,
I don't know how they like. We don't give them our address or anything. We just get a letter.
it's just a
For-
full
for you
synopsis of the
For
game.
you American viewers, our address is 1 Britain, London.
Nice. Yeah, that's
Britain. London.
that's definitely a real address. No postcode. It's a real address.
Surely that
One,
would have been
one,
funny if you put
Brit-
one London, Britain.
Yeah, that
no.
would have made more sense.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry. The joke was off the top of my head. I wasn't
Hey,
planned.
it was pretty good for off the top of his head. All right, that was pretty.
Off the
that
top
was
of
pretty.
his head,
Yes.
sure.
That's very
Shut
good.
up! I had a great one.
Okay, more news. We got more news. Okay, let me try and remember this because I can't look at my notes. I have some, but I kind of want to do them in order.
I'm pretty sure if you go off the app, it'll still keep
I
recording.
think it would. Shall I do that? Okay, let's do that. If it stops recording, Jonathan,
Then
it's
we'll
your
just
fault.
edit. Well,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
just
be-
so you know, so then go back on and see if it's still
we'll just-
recording.
I'll be
just-
more-
I'll sync your edit.
I'll be more prepared. Okay, no, we have
It's
more.
gonna become a thing where you keep clapping.
Yeah.
No, please don't. Okay, we have two more pieces of news, and then the one piece of news that we can't talk about. The first is. Don't whisper that at me, man. I will tell you when we get to it, guys. You are so impatient.
Don't worry, I'll sync the news.
Okay, thank you for syncing the news. Right, the next piece of news is Fallout 76. Stop clapping, I swear to
it's
God.
the worst fucking game.
Fallout 76 has had some news recently, and this is actually fairly recent. They're delaying their NPC update until 2020. Now,
And
yes.
No, I'll let you finish.
Okay.
First, and
I just want to kind of talk about this for a minute, so never interrupt me ever again.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're off the podcast.
Bye.
No, please go
I've
back.
been recast. Goodbye.
Hi, you, Owen.
Hello. I don't know how to do all the voices.
Okay.
We know.
Fallout 76 is an absolute trash game that nobody likes, but the one saving grace was that they announced that they were going to do an update where they added NPCs into the game.
Which is the saving grace is piss poor.
Yes, it is, because it should have been in the game already.
Wow, these basic things, these basic parts of game design that should have been
absolutely
in this game from the beginning.
In all I'll give them credit for having an idea that was ambitious.
No, it wasn't even ambitious because people are making.
It was just poorly designed. I reckon you could make a game like that with. No, you really can't make a game.
Because the thing is that
not an RPG.
No.
They're adding private servers that you have to pay for, which I just find scummy, man. I just. Oh, anyway, Anyway, moving on.
I can't. How can any human being working on Fallout 76 think that it's okay to like?
They added that fridge thing that you had to pay for or whatever. Who cares? Fallout 76 is a crap game, but the NPC thing was like this could basically turn it into like a mediocre Fallout game, and that would be fine. And it was supposed to launch at the end of this year, right? And I feel like Fallout 76 is relevant enough that like if that thing came out now or like towards the end of the year, people would pick it back up again. Yeah. But it's been delayed till 2020. I don't know if it's had I think it's fall or whatever. I don't know if it's had an announced release date. It's too late by that point. Who gives a shit? Right?
Yeah, if it's that far into 2020, most people would have moved on to the next.
It's like Anthem.
Of a game
it's like Anthem, right? Nobody cares anymore. They can keep updating that game.
Well, you know what's funny about Anthem, right?
No one cares.
Actually, question to you guys about Anthem.
Yeah.
What do you guys know about the actual game? Like how it plays.
I've played it.
Do. Have you?
Yeah, it was like you
get. I know bugger all.
You get a free like it's basically like imagine Destiny, but like third person. It's just that.
All I know is that you can fly about.
Through the suffering of playing Anthem.
I do it for you guys. I do it for you guys. I play these games so that you don't have to.
You spend money on things.
I didn't buy it.
Oh, okay.
There was a free 10-hour trial if you had Origin Basic or whatever, which I had.
I just assumed that you had because you do things like buy Skyrim on the Switch and 26.
I'm editing this part out, alright.
How many copies of Skyrim do you have now? It's about
No, I bought Skyrim 3 times in my life.
But he didn't buy it for 50 quid on Switch.
I didn't buy it for 50 quid on Switch in 2018.
2018.
We'll say 2018.
Either 2017 or 2018. It was in third year of uni. Anyway, moving on. There's that piece of news. It's a pretty somber piece of news. It's pretty annoying. Who cares?
Right, just as we're moving on.
Oh
so
yeah,
Tom
go for
can't
it.
edit this out. Tom has bought Skyrim on the Switch for 50 quid.
On the squid.
You realise if you do it just as we're moving on, that's the like perfect time for him to edit it.
I like how you can't edit it out, and I'm like, yes I can.
No, but now that I've said that, I'm going to repeat it.
No, I'm not going to edit it out. None of this is getting edited out. The whole thing.
Oh my god.
Raw. Uncut, beautiful footage, audio.
My sex tape.
I'm sorry, what?
Anyway, that's the only bit that you're
putting out. Okay, the last piece of news before the piece that we can't talk about, which I will
Stop
tell you,
mentioning the news you can't talk about.
They're doing well. Okay, they've. Okay, how do I talk about this? You know Okami, that little game that nobody played, which is a little game that nobody played. That's actually true.
I didn't play it.
If Jonathan didn't play it, then
all I know about it is essentially the aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like the sort of graphics.
Yeah, Okami is a gorgeous looking game.
It's a great game,
even as old as it is now.
They made a sequel to it, kind of called Okami Den on the I was going to say the Switch on the DS.
Yes.
Right, a long time ago. Nobody liked it, but recently, someone who maybe was the artist on the game or something. Released on their personal Twitter that there was an Okami sequel coming up, or at least kind of hinted at it that there was an Okami sequel coming up. And they also tagged in the guy that works for Platinum Games or whatever, one of the famous. This is awful piece of news because I don't know much about it.
We're
basically,
not journalists.
I'm doing journalism. I'm doing journalism. Okay, basically, rumored piece of news that an Okami sequel may be coming up. What I wanted to talk about, though, for those who've played it, Owen, not Jonathan, is what could an Okami sequel possibly be? Actually, I want to hear Jonathan's opinion on this first, having not played it. Jonathan, what can an Okami sequel possibly be?
Well, you know that dog?
Yeah, the dog, yeah.
We do know that dog.
Well, he's a wolf, but sure, yeah.
And it's a,
You know that
and it's a woman.
And it's a woman, yeah.
It's a woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
In Okami Den.
Yeah,
It
how
is a
dare they
wolf
put a
woman.
woman in this wolf-based game?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm so shocked. It's not like a woman transforming into a wolf. It's...
Also, the wolf is a goddess.
Don't worry, I'll edit that bit out of you being sexist. I definitely won't.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
So you know how I hate women?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We're
Go for
well
it.
aware.
No, we all love women. Women are great. Moving on. I saved
That
that.
sounds exactly like someone who hates women would say.
I saved it. Don't worry. I
I
saved
love women, but...
Right, this whole bit is getting edited out.
Yeah,
Right? Anyway, what? Right, I don't even care.
What do I
about-
think Okami is?
Yeah, go for it. Sure.
So a woman who transforms into a wolf.
No, that's not even the game. Right, Jonathan.
What do you mean? What?
Your-
Wait, I
your
haven't
opinion-
played it. You want me to guess what it is with nothing, and then you get frustrated when
Your
I get it wrong.
opinion is invalid.
Right,
You-
so the
you're
woman
out.
isn't a
That's
woman.
literally like what's in
The
the middle
woman
of.
isn't a woman.
She's a
No,
goddess.
right, sorry, but the
So
wolf, the wolf woman is literally the center of like the game arc.
Yes, but she doesn't. He. No.
Yeah, but I don't
She-
know.
The wolf.
She
No, no,
never
I know. It's
transformed
fine.
into a
It's
wolf.
fine. It's fine.
What do you mean she never?
She's always a wolf.
It's just a wolf.
Oh.
It's just a wolf.
Yeah,
That's a
Wait,
goddess.
you realise that's just called a female wolf?
Yes.
Right, because you said it was a woman.
Yes.
No, well, as in it's a female.
No, I
It's
never.
one of those
right, I
females.
would never look at like a dog or something that's female and go, yeah, that's a woman.
Right. Anyway, I personally think that it's going to be a prequel of some kind. It has to be. There's not a sequel they can do because it all kind of just ends, right? Anyway,
Well, to be fair, pretty much.
what is it? What is
I've
it?
not
everything
played
is an
Okami
anime.
Den, so we don't really know the story of that.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, on to the piece of news that we can't talk about because it's about the new Star Wars trailer that came out.
Oh.
Which we can't talk about for a bunch of reasons. The first reason is I haven't watched it because I woke up about an hour
Shit.
ago. The second reason is because Owen
Wait.
he
Hey.
hates everything Star Wars.
No,
Whoa.
no.
I'm
no.
joking, okay.
I hate everything new
Yeah.
Star Wars. Okay, no, I hate everything after The Last Jedi.
We're gonna have a podcast
That
episode
fucking
later on.
dumpster
After The
fire.
Last
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, no, I was
You mean-
alright with new Star Wars until The Last Jedi.
No,
right?
but the after implies that it's like the
You like The Last
and then
Jedi.
everything that came
Yeah.
after the Last Jedi. Which
Oh
is
wait,
not-
no, The Last Jedi is like
After the Force Awakens,
Yeah.
After the Force Awakens. Yeah.
Okay,
which is actually a hard.
Which
Wait.
is a movie. Yeah.
we're going to do
It's alright.
a Star Wars, a
it's
new
fine.
Star Wars based podcast episode later on, where I will not advertise it because it will be awful. But
I need somebody.
until then, no Star Wars talk ever. All right. Moving on.
I really want to talk about it as well.
That's the end of the news segment. Did you guys enjoy that?
I enjoyed the news.
Was I informed enough for you?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
I mean,
my
considering you're
news
trying to like relay about 3 weeks worth of information.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good. I'll try and get more relevant news for the next episode, which hopefully we'll do sometime next week, maybe.
Yeah.
Do you want
Okay.
us to grab some stuff?
You can, yeah, absolutely. You guys grab news if you
Oh,
want.
Sweet.
And then I'll obviously deliver my news first because I'm the host. I'm the
Yeah,
most
yeah,
important.
yeah.
I'm the best one here. And then you guys tell me whatever I haven't said. Awesome. Anyway,
Alright, Slash.
moving on. Joker.
Joker.
Which
Joker.
which I'd
Ha
seen
ha ha ha.
like
Weeks ago.
weeks ago, and you guys only saw last week or whatever,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Despite
weeks ago.
the guy who loves Joker the most in the entire world being sat here at this table, Jonathan.
Hello.
Care to no?
Care to explain why I hadn't seen it? Care to justify myself?
No, it's fine. Don't worry
Explain to us.
about it. It's
Do you know
fine.
what's the ironic thing about me being the big Joker fan here?
Yeah.
I think the movie could possibly have been better if it wasn't about the Joker.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay,
I think we all have fairly similar opinions on the film, but we were talking about this earlier.
Yep.
We're gonna try and do a kind of 2-minute-ish,
Non-spoiler,
spoiler-free
spoiler-free.
kind of review for those who haven't listened to it. Listen to it. Yeah, for those blind
Spoiler-free
people
is
who
gonna be
haven't listened to the movie.
I mean, you don't have to be blind to listen to the movie.
Yeah, that's true. For those people who haven't seen the movie, we're gonna do a spoiler-free review.
Movies have both
Yeah, that's true.
pictures and sound.
Man, this is a controversial episode. We talked about women, we talked about blind people. It's great. I love
God,
it.
just-
And now we're going to talk about depressed loner clowns.
So, Jonathan.
Yes, Jonathan. Welcome to the podcast. Okay, here's my 2 cents on it, and then you guys can elaborate if
cents?
you like. Yeah, because we're American,
Oh,
as you
right.
all know.
Yeah, you can tell from our accents.
Right. I think it's a great movie. I think
Agreed.
it has a really
Yep.
good soundtrack,
Agreed.
Yep.
really good performance,
Agreed.
pretty good storyline.
Agreed.
It's actually kind of funny.
Yeah. Moment.
So I'm intrigued to know.
Yeah,
which-
we'll
I mean,
get to
afterwards,
that.
I'm intrigued to
Yeah.
know which bits you find funny.
It has-
Everyone, can you put your pens and pencils just down? All right, you're all clicking them.
Look, I am like.
Thank you, Owen. Right. Anyway, everyone's gonna think I'm a horrible person because I keep getting angry. Hey, put it down.
Honestly, I need to go and like do some ADHD tests.
I think I do too.
Should
Anyway.
we go together?
Yes, let's all go together. And
No,
then
you'll
do a
get
podcast
distracted.
episode about it. We'll bring our phones with us and record the podcast while we're there.
Hey, Dark, what are you?
Yeah, good film.
What's up, Doc?
Good soundtrack, good performance. Possibly funny, if you're me. And also,
I'll agree. There was one or two dark
I think
comedies.
Yeah.
I think,
I get.
Yeah, I think the bits that I found funny, or the bits that could be funny, I sort of were made not funny for me because of the context.
Yes, that's fair enough. And I think it's also suitably violent, but not too violent.
Yeah, it's not gratuitous.
I think so.
Yeah, none of the violence you feel like they just put in
Yeah,
because
all
they
the
like
violence
blood.
feels like it has a point.
absolutely.
Which, especially in this sort of film, it definitely does have a point.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Now, do you think that Phoenix deserves an Oscar for his performance as the Joker? I think so, personally. I thought it was really
I
good.
think he could definitely get a nomination.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he
I
has.
think-
hasn't
At least nomination.
I think he's been
don't
put
know.
up for it. I think there's talk of him being put up for it.
Right.
I don't know.
he? I think he was really good. I
Yeah.
thought he was, like...
I couldn't say
I mean-
yes or no winning an Oscar. It entirely depends on who else gets nominated because I haven't
Yeah.
actually seen a lot.
To
of
be fair, I haven't
movies
seen
this
that many
year.
movies this year either. But I
So-
can't imagine there's, like... Was there that many great ones this year? I don't know. Who cares?
No, I don't know, because half the films that get nominated for Oscars I have never heard of.
Yeah, it's
before.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, it's uncultured swine.
back to the news segment.
Back to the news.
Jared Leto reportedly
Oh,
tried
this is funny.
to prevent the Joker movie from being made, which
The
I
thing
thought was
is,
kind of
right.
funny. Now, I haven't. Well, I have kind of seen Suicide Squad, but I haven't fully seen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've kind of seen it, but I haven't really seen it.
If you see Suicide Squad, you haven't really seen
So
it.
I
You
kind
just-
of, I kind of
Suicide
want
Squad
your.
is just a collection of weird scenes put together.
Yeah.
That's called a film.
That was my understanding of it. But I want your guys' opinion on Jared Leto's Joker.
I can't have one. I don't think we haven't seen enough of him to.
Do you think he's
Really?
warranted in being like jealous over Phoenix?
I think DC did Jared Leto dirty in the fact that they gave him a promise and what they were going to give him in terms of movies and stuff, and then denied him that. I think that's fair. I think he's all fine to be annoyed at that, but to try and stop a different person's movie
Yeah.
because of that is just stupid.
You see, my understanding of it was that he was going to be in the kind of like mainstream title movies as the Joker, and that this was an origins movie with a different
not the
character.
right Joker for
No,
this
I
movie.
don't think so.
Jared Leto would.
It was
not
too edgy.
fit.
Well, that's something else I want to
He's
talk
too
about
comic
later.
book.
Yeah, that's something I want to talk about later. About one of the things that I really liked
his
about the film.
version of the Joker was very like 90s comic book.
Yeah, a bit too edgy, if for me.
Bit
As
too-
in a
yeah.
bit too kind of like what this Joker movie is trying to say is bad.
Yeah.
And I'll get to that in a bit. But anyway, I feel like that's as spoiler free as we can get. Would you guys recommend it to people? Would you recommend it to
Okay.
people
Not to
who
everyone.
Not to
don't
everyone.
like? Would you recommend it to people who don't like comic books?
Yes.
I mean, I can't say yes or no because I don't think liking disliking comic books is really a factor. That's the thing.
I feel like
it's so far removed from comic
That's
books.
the- yeah,
the actual
absolutely.
comic. Like, if
But
you don't
like-
like comic books, you could very much enjoy this film. If you do,
Yeah.
you could very much like or dislike this film.
Yeah.
I think you'd probably actually dislike it more if you liked comic books because it's
Yeah.
so removed from comic
absolutely, if you go into this film wanting a film based on comic books, you won't like it.
books. No, I think so too. I really think so.
Yeah, if that's what you
But I think that's the spoiler-free bit out of the way. So let's talk
Yeah.
about it. This movie is fucking shit. No, I'm kidding. I really like it. I think okay. So I talked before to you guys about one thing that I found particularly crap about the movie, but everything else was pretty good. I think I only have one real problem with the film,
One gripe.
and that is in the moment of realization when it's revealed that he wasn't dating that woman, right?
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, I liked that. I
Yeah.
thought that was interesting, although I'll talk about that in a minute. What I didn't like was the fact that, she says something along the lines of like, oh, you're Arthur, you live down the corridor.
Yeah.
And it's kind of implied at that point, because we're all smart geniuses,
Yeah.
and it's aimed at 15-year-olds, not kids, that they're not dating.
Yeah.
But then it decides, well, maybe they're not smart enough, and it shows us all the bits that she wasn't there for. And it's like, yeah, I got it, mate. You didn't need to show me this. Like, as I said before, it's
Yeah.
really a nitpick. It's not really that big of an issue. It's like 10 seconds long. Who cares? It's fine.
I can see why they made. I mean, I probably would have made that exact same
Yes,
choice
probably
if
me
I was
too.
making the film.
It's a little bit annoying, but it's like, that for me was like the
Yeah.
worst
It's like
part.
the thing is, if you deliver information that important through like a little line or something,
Yeah.
then there is always a fear that someone could just miss it.
Yes. Okay, I think that's fair.
Be taking a
Yeah.
big sip of their
Yeah.
Coke at that time.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. I think because I find it's hard to talk about this film without talking about all the controversy behind it, right? Because there's all this stuff about the incels and all this. Now, one of the things when I was watching the film was I was like, oh, it's kind of interesting that he has a girlfriend. I think that was like an interesting way to go, and he's not like an incel. He's not like this total loser weirdo. He has a girlfriend, but he's still kind of psychotically. Is that a word? Psychotically.
You see, the bit with his
Crazy.
girlfriend for me always until it was revealed, it didn't feel right.
Well, I thought, I kind of
it
agree.
felt odd.
I thought it was so kind of like nothing.
I was sort of like one of the bits I really didn't like about the film until that reveal was when he literally stalked her and then she came to his door and was like, did you follow me today?
And she's
And
like,
then she's like,
oh, that's really cute.
yeah. And then
really
so
endearing.
afterwards you sort of all back in like,
Yeah.
Now.
I agree. I think it would have been an interesting take if he hadn't been a total loser and had a girlfriend. Because you're a loser if you don't have a girlfriend, by the way.
But
Shut up.
well, I
Piss
think
off.
that is an to be fair, one of the things that surprised me about the film was when it began, how he was already still just a depressed guy.
Yes.
Because in films, like when you see sort of origin stories and stuff, normally they sort of have, him riding high at the beginning and then it's sort of crashed down. But this, they
Just like the
basically,
song That's Life.
I think almost it's the point is trying to make it the sort of descent is so steep.
He's already fallen. He was
he's
already bad.
he started off at sort of like a depressed, sad level, but he just sank sort of to the depths that it became something far beyond.
Yeah, I agree.
It's something he couldn't physically handle anymore.
Well,
After so many sort of like life changing.
Yeah, because he stops taking his meds, which is basically the point where he like flips out.
He finds out that his mother's abused and lied to him his entire life.
Yeah.
Like there's the girlfriend thing that the one really great thing in his life at that time was a delusion.
Yeah.
The entire time. It's just these
It's
series
really
of
just
earth
depressing,
shattering.
Yes, it's one of the hardest films I've had to sit through.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean it's bad,
No.
but it's very difficult to
I
sit
think that's.
through.
That's why we say like
It's hard to recommend.
It's difficult to recommend to just people who just want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you,
I've told all my family to not see it.
I told my
I've-
girlfriend not to see it as well.
I've told my mum to see it because she would definitely be interested,
Yeah.
but I've told her not to have my dad go watch it because he'd find it absolutely boring and wouldn't understand what's going on.
It is very. I think one of the things for me that's very difficult to watch is, so a lot of people complain about the violence and they were like, it's too violent. It's going to inspire.
Have they seen Dread?
It's going to inspire like copycats or whatever. And I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't heard anything about that happening.
yeah.
Well, there were stories in America about they put extra police in.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone actually did anything as
No,
far as I'm aware.
I feel like that sort of line of thinking is very sort of fear mongering.
Yeah.
It's
Well, this is the
it's
thing. There were
getting-
people that were saying when the movie was coming out, and there were like newspapers being like, people are scared that people are going to do violent accidents, and people are going like, yeah. Can you stop like putting the idea in people's heads?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
You're literally just waiting for
Yeah,
someone to do this so you can
absolutely,
then
yeah.
start having a go at it.
Yeah.
But
You're jumping ahead of the news and creating
absolutely.
the news
I
yourself.
think so too.
It's just sort of calm the fuck down and have
It's almost kind of ironic in the sense that in the Batman universe there's sort of always been a lot of talk that if sort of the Batman himself by sort of fighting all this crime helps create it.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is
quite. Yeah, that is cool. That's
a
interesting.
funny comparison.
I think, but
we're
it's
jumping into philosophy here.
it's a violent movie, but I think what is for me, inherently terrifying about the violence in it is not the kind of gore or whatever. I think there's one very gory scene, and that's about it. But I think it's
Which was that?
the one where he slams that guy's head against the wall.
Yeah.
Because there's so much blood in that scene.
And then there's the other
Just the train
guy who he lets go.
Yeah, the how do you say this?
He's got dwarfism.
Yeah. I don't know what the PC word is these days.
No, I don't.
But anyway, yeah, that guy. But no, the scene on the train, I think, is the best example of why this violence is particularly terrifying. Because he shoots those two guys. He's kind of provoked. He's not provoked enough to shoot them, but he's provoked by them. And then
Did you expect that from the scene?
Yes, yeah, I think the tension was building up. But the third guy that he doesn't shoot, then there's that bit where they're both trying to get out of the train.
Yeah.
And then he like runs, and the Joker, well, Arthur Fleck, whatever, follows him and kills him. And I think it's that kind of like brutal, like animal, like.
I think it says a lot about the film that they managed to create a character that goes from essentially not really being violent at all to murdering three guys, and you look at it and you don't go, that feels odd. Like you watch the scene and you go.
Yeah, I agree. I think
reaching that point. Like that is quite impressive.
I genuinely love the train scene.
I think it's good.
You like. It's not it's quite violent, but the thing is like. It's not gratuitous. You understand why he shot the first two.
Yeah.
As like the first shot was a reflex as self-defense because he was being beat the shit out of, and then the second shot you're high on that adrenaline. You're gonna.
I agree.
You're gonna go again. But then the slow, like you were saying,
it's horrible. It's really difficult to watch.
He probably, I assume, did it to stop him like
from telling people.
Yeah,
like,
I think
but
so
also
too.
it's incredibly sadistic.
It is, and it's that bit when they're both trying to get out. Like the guy's obviously trying to like either stay in the train or get out of the train, whichever one the Arthur Fleck isn't doing.
And wherever he is,
it's horrible. It's really difficult to watch. But I think
you feel the panic.
What's more, well, maybe not what's more difficult, but what is also difficult about the scene is the woman who's getting heckled by the dudes, and she looks at Arthur Fleck, kind of like, "Oh, can you help me out?" And he starts laughing because obviously his reaction is when he's scared, he starts laughing because of his condition, and that is awful because she is then suddenly on her own because she thinks he's laughing at her as well, and I think that's really, really difficult to watch.
What did you think of the decision to make the laughter a part of the mental condition rather than just...
I thought it was good.
You see, when it was first mentioned, I thought that seems like a story cop-out.
Right.
To sort of make it, sort of, it felt like they were saying, "Oh, I don't know how to work this into his character, let's just make it a genetic defect."
Sure.
Well, it wasn't...
Or not genetic, I know, I didn't mean genetic, but...
It's brain damage
but then,
from the abuse as a child.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the trauma or whatever.
Yeah. And then as the film went on, as I saw how they actually used it instead to build his mentality to create the Joker persona.
Because one thing that the director said is the final laugh of the movie when he's in the finally in the mental hospital again is the only time he is actually laughing, like himself just laughing because it's actually funny. And I thought that was really interesting because it's like the whole time he's laughing and laughing and laughing. And it's the saddest time I've ever seen anyone laugh. I've never felt so sad about seeing someone laugh.
Yeah.
But I think it's really effectively done to build up atmosphere. Yeah, absolutely.
That I never realised when I was sitting there. It just completely flew over my head for some reason.
Yeah.
He killed that woman.
Which woman?
Right at the end.
The guy who's in the
woman who's when he's in the
woman interviewing.
Yeah. Because he walks away with bloody feet and then starts getting chased.
Let's talk about that in a bit for a second.
I thought the inference, like, I'm only thinking about it later, I thought the inference was he's killed that woman and is now attempting an escape.
I think it's all in his head, right? I couldn't really tell what was going on in that scene.
I thought
that was...
I didn't know what I thought after that scene. I think in my head, now it doesn't make sense, is that it was right after the last thing, they just...
I thought he was like imagining it or whatever. It was a very confusing scene. I didn't really get it.
I mean, it's an arty enough film that they probably intended it to be up to interpretation.
Here's the thing though, it's like it makes sense that that's what's going on, because why would you let someone who with a history of violence who has murdered several people unsupervised in the halls of a
Well, yeah,
mental
well, exactly.
issue.
And how did he get out of his handcuffs and all this? This is why I think it's in his head, because it's like, I don't know, it didn't really make any sense. At first I was like, oh yeah, he's killed the person in that room. But then I was like, and then there's those dudes that are chasing him, and it's like,
was it dudes or is it just one guy?
well, I wasn't very clear.
I can't remember.
Anyway, ending's weird, but
It was. I think the point of the chasing him at the end was sort of to give the whole film the sort of jokey and almost comical looking ending.
Yeah.
While still leaving the audience being like.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me,
Because that's kind of the point of the film.
Yeah.
I think the best thing about the movie is it's kind of like Todd Phillips going, you guys idolize the Joker, you think he's this great guy, this is what he'd actually be like if he was a real person. He's totally fucked up, you guys are weird for liking him.
Joe.
And I kind of, no.
No, I don't. Right, can I just
I'm
say
joking,
I like
I'm
his
joking,
character. I don't like him as a person.
I think that's kind of interesting because I know in the past, I think with like the Killing Joke and stuff, they've tried to do a kind of more real sort of Joker, more like, you know, realistic and relatable Joker. Not relatable in the sense that, oh yeah, I feel the same way as him, I want to kill people, but relatable in
He
that
was a normal dude who was pushed to the edge.
you kind of understand why he's doing it. And I think that was interesting. I think this kind of is almost a sort of like Logan-esque kind of way of doing it. Because in Logan, it's still fairly superhero-ish, but he can get hurt and he can, you know,
Yeah, it's sort
he's
of like
more
a-
emotional and whatever. And I think that's interesting. And I think this kind of rise of
It's more of a raw look
Yeah,
at what
absolutely.
the consequences of being this person in this world would be.
and it's done really well financially, Joker as well. Which
Yeah,
is
well,
good.
it's set to be Deadpool.
Yeah, I think that's really good.
R-rated movie, but R-rated in America.
I'm glad these kind of movies are succeeding.
They all-
I always find that funny. It's got an R rating in America, but 15 here.
Yeah, I know. But I think we have to talk about the strange voice that he does at the end as the Joker. Yes, when he's on the chat show with Murray, he does a kind of Michael Jackson voice, and it's really off-putting. And I don't know whether it's off-putting because it's like, this is a strange voice, you're creeping me out, or it's off-putting because he's literally never done that voice in the entire movie, and then it's all of a
He has been doing
sudden.
that voice for the entire time.
Because I never heard it up until that point.
I think he did. I think he was trying to do a.
Because when he becomes the
Showman
Joker,
sort of,
yeah,
like-
he becomes very flamboyant and very
Yeah.
kind of like comical, kind of
Yeah.
comic-y. And so I think that was kind of the transition into the comic books, maybe that sort of thing. What did you think of the Batman connection? I
didn't expect there to be that much Batman.
They didn't need to be in there, did it?
I
Which
don't know. I think
specific-
it helped
the-
actually.
The whole thing. Well,
Because I get why the thing is at the end with. Cause, I don't know if I mentioned to you this outside of this podcast, but the thing that I realised at the end is that it's as much the genesis of how Gotham became like Gotham is as it is of the Joker.
Yeah.
Which I think is why it's important if you're making it that origin story to put the Batman parent death scene in, because it's essentially it's the point of that last scene for me was saying this is the beginning.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
This is the point.
This is the beginning
and
of
it also
Batman,
ties
this is the
in
beginning of the
Joker
Joker, this is
becoming
Gotham,
because
this is-
if I mean there's always the sort of it is sort of odd to me that they put such, because I didn't expect them to put that much sort of Batman sort of like actual lore in it.
Yeah.
But like what I'm saying, there's always been a connection said between the Joker and the Batman, that they're like, you know, two sides of the same coin. Or
Yeah.
term of phrase you want to use.
Yeah.
That they're very similar in their differences. So I think the point of that whole scene was saying, this is where the story begins. This
Yeah,
is
okay.
where Batman's parents dies. He starts that journey to become Batman. This is where Gotham, the tensions in Gotham gets to the point where
You
all
can
hell breaks loose, and it becomes
realistically
the
believe
crime
there's,
filled.
like, yeah.
It becomes the crime filled
Yeah.
city that you see throughout it, and this is where the Joker becomes the Joker. Because the thing is, I was watching the whole film beforehand, and if you watch pretty much anything with Gotham in it, Gotham is always 90% of the time Gotham is shown at night, or either at night or just dark.
Yeah.
Like the buildings have a sort of dark, looming
Yeah,
look
sure.
to them.
There's
always
a menace.
there's
to
a
everything.
menace and a foreboding sort of atmosphere there. But I mean, in Joker, until the rise at the end, which were obviously at night, it was just a city.
Yeah.
It was just it could.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel like Gotham to me. I was like, this isn't the Gotham that it's always been. And then in the end, I was like,
There
hello
it is.
there,
There it is.
Gotham.
That's fair. Do you think?
And I like that. I really like that.
Do you think Arthur Fleck is the Joker? I don't think he is.
Oh, do you think there was? I did. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't think he's the Joker from the comic books. I think he is maybe the one that like inspires the Joker from the comic books.
Yeah, there was
maybe.
talk about. I don't know. I don't care really.
No, me neither. But I just thought, you know.
Here's the thing, if anyone really
I have a reason for not caring.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
In the sense that it's an isolated story.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, that is why I'm surprised they put like a young Bruce Wayne and
Well,
stuff
that's
in
it,
and
that's-
bothered with the actual crimes.
That's what I mean.
Because my whole thinking of it is that it could honestly just be a film about. It could just take all that away.
Yeah.
And it kind of in many ways it would have had more creative freedom.
Yeah, I agree.
Because in this one, if they want to make Gotham sort of become the Gotham from the comic books, they had to do a lot. They had to set up this whole conflict between the working and the class, which is a nice parallel to draw in itself, but they didn't really give it the time that it needed to really be fully fleshed out for me.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough sort of context given to why the working class people were getting angry at the Thomas Waynes
I think that's fine though.
and that's my that's for me my biggest dislike of the movie.
Because a lot of people have been saying that it's this kind of social commentary, blah blah blah, and I think there's a bit in the movie where the Joker basically says, "I'm not political. I'm not doing this for political reasons. I'm basically just doing this because I want people to know who I am." And I think the fact that there's no real context for why people are pissed off at Thomas Wayne, other than the fact that he calls everyone clowns or whatever, is because if the Joker doesn't care about the politics, why should we care about the politics?
I think that sorry, can I just there's the only thing that sort of bugs me about that is it's sort of having to draw such a strong comparison between the Joker and normal civilians is to suggest that everyone is sort of like that, and it's sort of be like the working class are just waiting for a time to just start destroying things. It has a sort of very but it's sort of it could be definitely interpreted as a very anti-working class message,
Right.
which is why I sort of feel like it should really be given more
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
context.
Owen, go for it. What were we gonna say?
No, it's all gone now.
Oh man, I'm sorry. We've been talking too long, but Owen has been trying to get a word in.
He's been trying for ages.
But I'll tell you what, Owen. Next time.
Oh, I do
for
have
it.
one thing to say.
Yeah.
If anyone does have a problem with like this as the Joker's origin story, just remember the Joker's got many origin stories.
Yeah.
Just think, if anyone really does have a problem with this as being an origin story, just imagine it as just another version the Joker tells.
I mean, in all fairness, if you don't like this as the Joker origin story, just ignore it if you want.
Yeah.
It's not like they're making it canon comic.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
It's just an interpretation of
we
Okay.
know that the movie has an untrustworthy narrator from the facts of the whole girlfriend.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I think it is. I think it's so far removed from the comics in the sense that Phoenix said that he didn't like saying Thomas Wayne on set because he didn't want it to be a comic book movie. Todd Phillips has said something along the lines of, "We basically stole 55 million from Warner Bros. And made whatever movie we wanted to make." I think nobody
I wish I could do
in the
that.
production was like, "This is a Joker movie." I think this is an Arthur Fleck movie to the point that he's credited as Arthur
I think
Fleck.
I think they kind of in many ways did as little as they could.
Yeah, and I think
they
DC came in and were like, "Okay, well, you need to have Batman in it."
Put.
He needs to have
put
green
a scene
hair.
at the gates with with them in ground, which is kind.
I
of,
like
to be
that
fair,
scene. I
I
thought
like
it was a good
I like
scene.
the scene. I
Nice.
mean, as a Batman fan, to see the Joker sort of get that close with sort of
Yeah.
just the sort of level of foreshadowing that is there.
Yeah, I agree.
Smile on your face.
I think that was a really well done scene, and I think the Martha Thomas Wayne getting shot scene was fine. I think there's so much.
I mean, it's like 5 seconds.
Yeah, there's a lot of kind of Christopher Nolan influence. Have we talked about this before?
You've mentioned it. I didn't see it.
Okay, so
I didn't see what you said.
for to justify myself, The bits that I'm referring to are the hospital looks exactly like it does in the Dark Knight movie, to the point that the shot is almost the same as when he's walking out of the building and blows up the hospital in Dark Knight. And I think the way that the shots is framed in the Martha and Thomas Wayne shooting is very similar. But to be fair, I haven't seen it in a while, so maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, it didn't sort of make me think of anything.
Yeah. That's fair enough. But anyway, I feel like, does anyone have anything else to say about Joker?
No, we should probably wrap up the Joker bit if we.
I feel like we've talked a lot about Joker.
Yeah,
I mean, basically, it's a good film. It's I recommend it if you're into kind of those kind of movies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you're into really dark shit, you don't want to be happy for 2 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that was a fairly somber conversation about the Joker. It's not a fun movie to talk about.
Yeah,
it's not a happy movie.
It's rough to make jokes about it.
I feel like next time we'll have to talk about something like the Emoji Movie or something like that.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you like Joker kills that guy.
Moving on. I don't know what to call this segment. I feel like segments need to have a name. I've been listening to the Weekly Planet a lot, and they call this segment "What We Reading, What We Gonna Read," or at least they did in episode 20, which is what I'm on. They've done 300 odd episodes, man. We need to get to that point. Are you going through
them one by one?
Yeah, I'm starting from the beginning, going one by one. This is what's gotten me into comic books.
What year are you on?
This is 2013, the beginning of it.
Jesus.
So it's so weird. They're talking about like Days of Future Past and upcoming Batman vs Superman movie.
Hey, you heard of that new thing called the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Yeah, and it's really weird because I'm like they're like, oh, and Benedict Cumberbatch might be playing Doctor Strange, but that'd be like a really weird casting. And I'm like, I can see into the future. He will play Doctor Strange.
It'll be an okay casting.
It's really strange. Anyway, I'm going to call this What We Playing / Reading / Watching, and What Are We Gonna Play / Reading / Watching.
You're just shameless.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna take your title and give you What's Happening, Dude.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I like that. I feel like we can talk about it.
The fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what do you do with your life? Right.
Welcome to the segment. The fuck are you doing?
I feel like me and you have both talked quite a lot, so we can go after Owen. Owen, did you?
Right.
Actually, I've changed my mind.
I know what you're
I've changed my mind.
No, I'm just gonna talk about 2 games that I've been playing.
Let's try and keep this concise. I'm gonna
keep it short. I'll keep it concise. I'm gonna talk about 2 games that I've been playing. One I've been playing a lot of, and the second I haven't been, which is why I want to talk about it. Code Vein.
You've got 5 minutes, my dude.
Code Vein. Right, what pisses me off about Code Vein is I can't get past the fucking tutorial without the game crashing.
It's a kind of anime Dark Souls kind of game.
Yeah, it's Dark Souls for...
with vampires and big boobs.
Yeah.
I mean, you get this thing?
What anime game doesn't have those elements?
I bought it because I heard it was like Dark Souls. And I wanted to play some Dark Souls.
That's why you bought it, man. Yeah, we believe you.
Yeah,
it was for the boobs.
You know I like Dark Souls.
Damn vampire titties.
As the only person
are the vampires the one with the tits?
Can we not talk about that anymore?
Sorry.
As the only person here who's managed to get past the tutorial level on Dark Souls.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't.
Hang on, I've got past the tutorial level.
Dark Souls 3, I haven't managed to get past that first mini boss, dude.
What?
I barely tried.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway.
So as the only person here who's managed to do more than one boss in Dark Souls.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Code Vein crashes for you when? At which point in the game?
Straight after the tutorial.
So straight after you do that.
You can't get past the tutorial.
Aha! I've actually beaten the tutorial.
The thing is,
I've beaten the Code Vein tutorial. I'm better than Owen.
The thing is, it's all to do with drivers with the Unreal Engine, and due to my course, I can't go back to the previous drivers, which would sort the problem out.
Yeah.
Because I have to use the up-to-date version of
it's just
the Unreal Engine 4.
I wouldn't ever go back a version of drivers even if a game did break.
I've done that before.
So all I've got to do now is wait for the fucking up 1.4.
Is it going to address this problem?
Yeah, I mean it better fucking address the problem.
Fair enough.
But the other game I've been playing a lot
is
Ark Survival Evolved, and it's good.
It's good.
Very, very.
You know, you can get it on your phone.
What?
You get the full game.
No, it's very similar, but there's like major differences.
It's pretty much the full game. You can get it for free, and you can play the single player for free. Then you have to pay for the multiplayer.
Ooh.
It's essentially the same game.
I can only assume that
it looks awful.
Tanks your battery.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah.
That's my main concern with
for
games
people who've
nowadays.
never heard of Ark, the best way to describe Ark is it's Minecraft, but in real without the Minecraft aesthetic, with dinosaurs.
Which is, as you were just about to say, real life.
Couldn't you just call it Rust with dinosaurs?
Yeah, it's pretty much Rust with dinosaurs. Well, no, it's
who would know? Who knows Rust as well?
Is it not the original
People
Rust?
know Rust.
Is it not the original Rust, or was Rust before Ark?
Oh,
No, Rust came before that.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember because
Wait,
Rust popularized the kind of naked man with rock hitting a tree.
they play incredibly similar.
Do you remember when everyone, like all the YouTubers were playing those games? There was like Rust,
DayZ. DayZ was the big one.
The Forest. Do you remember the Forest?
I remember the Forest.
They were interesting.
But
those games I've never played.
Ark is very fun.
Ark is pretty good.
Like I'd recommend it to anyone who enjoys building in Minecraft. I recommend it to anyone who just likes running about in open worlds.
If I ever see it on a sale or something, I'm definitely going to...
It's always on sale.
Yeah,
it's almost always on sale. But
I'll add it to my Steam wishlist.
No, do this after the podcast. I think it could be a fun thing for us to play together.
Yeah, but another thing is that there's a new round of DLCs coming out for Ark.
Because the last DLC was the big city one.
It was
really cool.
Extinction.
Yeah, it looked really good.
So Ark has had a load of free DLCs and normal DLCs. There's Scorched Earth, which is like a deserty sort of biome.
There's a fantasy one with like dragons and stuff.
Well, ever since Scorched Earth, they've been adding fantasy creatures. So Scorched Earth introduces the Withen.
Right.
But like these fantasy creatures don't take away from anything. Like
that's fair. I mean, it's a dinosaur survival game.
You're not playing Ark for
realism.
for fucking like historic, paleolithic historic realism. I mean, they do some interesting things. Like there's this whole like old argument between like what's a velociraptor since like, Jurassic Park. Because, like, an actual velociraptor is tiny, but, like, why the Jurassic Park velociraptor so big? Well, it's because they're not Velociraptor mongoliensis. It's because they're something called Deinonychus. Dinosaurs!
Well, there's too much dinosaur.
So you couldn't see the look me and Tom just save each other when he said that.
Too much dinosaur stuff, man.
Yeah, so, like, there is some cool, interesting stuff, and, like, if you just do a little bit of research, if you see something that's cool in Ark, then you'll find out, oh wow, that was a real animal at some point. This might
super cool. If you're a nerd,
I mean, what I really want to do after I've played my video games
is look up dinosaurs. Yeah, absolutely. But
no, fuck you boring.
Ark is really cool because it has local co-op, as in split screen co-op, on the PS4, which is very rare these days, and for an open world survival game, is pretty dope. Yeah. Also, Minecraft has this function. Minecraft is
pretty dope.
Pretty great, and leads on to what I am playing / reading / watching / going to read / watch / play because I've been playing
Minecraft Story Mode.
Not Minecraft Story Mode, thank God. I've been playing regular Minecraft on the Switch.
Holy shit!
And
hot diggity.
Oh my God, is Minecraft one of the most boring but totally immersive games I've ever played in my life. There's something about this kind of...
The amount of times I've done the exact same thing over and over again in Minecraft.
Yeah. By the way, for clarification, I'm not a loser. Alright? Let me just get this out there.
Sorry, for clarification, he is...
No, we know I'm not a loser because I'm the only one here with a girlfriend.
That's
so
true.
I can play Minecraft and get away with it, alright? If you guys play Minecraft, then you're losers. No, Minecraft...
You're more of a loser if you're playing Minecraft rather than being with your girlfriend.
That's true, which I do. Anyway, Minecraft is great, but it's not the main thing I've been doing. The main thing I've been doing is I've been reading Doom Patrol. Now, Doom Patrol is a comic. I've been getting into comics because of the Weekly Planet, which, by the way, I've been listening to, and we're going to add that to the what we reading / playing / watching
God, you really need to find a better
listening
name.
To
Jesus
/ what we going. No, anyway,
my vote is for the fuck you doing.
Well, we'll see.
My vote is for neither of them.
I agree with that one. We're going to call this segment neither of them. No, the Weekly Planet is a really good podcast. It's all about comic books.
Why don't we just call it the unnamed segment?
Let's call it the Weekly Planet, right?
Let's not.
Anyway, just joking. It's a really good podcast. 2 great Australian dudes, really funny. It's all about comic books, and
go watch their podcast.
Yeah, their podcast is way better than ours.
I mean, it definitely is.
The amount of professionalism in comparison to yours is staggering.
They have a theme song, man. We don't have a theme song.
Jonathan, stop singing.
Well, yeah,
Jonathan, do the theme song.
I'm sorry, we've literally just sat around the table, put on the phone onto record and started talking. Yeah, it's not gonna be.
One day we will have microphones.
For the following episode,
No,
Jonathan is going to sing a theme song. But not right now because it's too late for a theme song.
Too late. I've got too much work to do before I go to
Jonathan
bed
has a
tonight.
beautiful operatic voice.
So,
that he
Weekly
uses to
Planet,
sing everything.
great podcast. It's really gotten me into comic books. But one of the comic books I've gotten into is Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol is really good. Highly recommend. It's about superheroes with mental health issues. And one of the characters is called Crazy Jane. And it's a woman. And it was written in the 60s. So it can be forgiven for calling a female character
Crazy Jane.
She's called Crazy Jane because she has 64 different personalities. And each of them have different superpowers. Which is really cool.
That's pretty.
So
Yeah,
she
that's
can...
that's a really cool.
She's
concept.
just sort of
Yeah.
Ben 10, but
Yes, she's Ben 10. She's the past Ben 10. Exactly. It's a great analogy.
I was gonna go more with the Split.
Yeah, it's kind of like Split, yeah.
Ben 10 was
So
great.
Ben 10 was great.
Ben 10 was
like
great.
one of my
Well,
favorites.
Can we
Ben
have a
10
Ben 10
Ben
focused
10 was
podcast
great.
episode?
Ben 10
Can we
was
rewatch
great.
Ben 10 and then talk about Ben 10?
Can we just point out that his name was Ben Tennyson?
Oh, no, wait. No, that's
And he
stupid.
has 10 aliens.
That's stupid, but what's even worse is Kevin 11.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. At that point
No,
they
no,
were
you
like...
Who became
really
the
got to-
protagonist in Omniverse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We know too much about Ben 10.
No, I only
No,
know the
you can't know
first
too much
fucking
about Ben
series.
10.
Can I just
played
ask-
Ben 10 video games.
Can I
Oh,
ask,
cool.
did you guys watch Huntic?
No. I don't know
Huntic
what
is
that
the reason we're alive. You didn't watch that
What?
show? It's an Italian...
That's like a religion.
It's an Italian cartoon which was then brought to England on CITV or whatever,
I
and it
didn't
was
watch
it was
it.
kind of like Ben 10. People had, or like Pokemon. People had these like amulets, and they could summon monsters into the real world, and they basically were like treasure hunters. It was fucking great. I'll show you the theme song. It's really good.
I
That
see.
was right.
I see your weird cartoon and raise you one of my own.
Uh-huh.
Megas XLR. A robot comes from the future. A giant mech lands in a dumpster pile.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Loses its head. A random guy finds it, puts a car on top of it, and then fights aliens from the future.
I'm pretty sure Brutal Moose talks about that in his streams. I think I've heard about it before.
Stop giving.
Does anyone...
Brutal Moose is also great.
Right. There was a cartoon once. And I can't remember what it's called.
Welcome
I
to the
think
new
it was like
segment.
Golden...
Well, the new segment of,
I think it was
there was
called,
a
like-
cartoon once.
Golden Dragon or something, but it was like...
Yeah,
this-
the Jake thing where he's Jake.
No, you're thinking about American Dragon Drake.
Yeah,
Drake.
American. That one.
No.
American
Hey,
Dragon
Because it was
Drake.
like... It was set in like...
Jake Long.
It was set in like...
Oh wait,
Japan
are
or
you?
something, and then like they had...
Did they have like little talismans with different animals?
Yeah,
Oh, I
and they had,
remember
yeah, they
There
were
was
all
like
the, they were
there
all
was
the
a
diff-
white dragon and a black dragon.
yeah,
and
yeah,
a red-
yeah. I
the
remember
protagonist
that.
was like the Golden Dragon or something like that,
Golden
but then his
Dragon, yeah,
sister
sorry.
didn't get the chance to be it, so she joined the evil guy.
Yeah.
And became like the Black Dragon.
Yeah, I remember this.
And then like the other protagonist was like a woman who had the tiger power or something. I love that show,
It was
but
really
I can't
good.
remember what it was called.
Me
or,
neither.
like,
We'll look
much
it up.
I
about
can't
it.
We'll look it
remember
up later, not
But
now.
Yeah.
But that's also the plot of Jackie Chan Adventures.
That is
Animal
quite
Town.
similar. That is quite similar to Jackie Chan.
Have you
Adventures.
guys-
And is also the plot to Power Rangers. You know where
You
like
just- you
that
just-
one guy becomes the Green Ranger,
Yeah.
but he's an evil.
He just ruined the joke I was gonna make. So
Did he?
Sorry, we can edit this out.
Go.
the hilarious joke I was gonna make, which was a little callback to before,
Oh.
was
Sorry, is it?
was-
You remember Jackie Chan Adventures?
Yeah.
yeah, a little joke for you guys. Have you heard of a little series called Power Rangers? Yeah, that joke is lame.
Jokes
I'm gonna
are
stop
funnier
doing
when-
that.
Jokes are funnier when you don't start them with
Yeah.
little joke for you guys.
I'm gonna stop doing that joke.
Alright, guys.
Anyway, I don't even think I've finished yet. Doom Patrol is great, but
Oh, yeah.
something else I want to talk about, which I haven't read, but I'm going to read /watch/play/listen to, is Flaming Carrot. Now, do you guys know who Flaming Carrot is?
Yes, you've told us before when you were planning this segment.
I have.
I have not.
Flaming Carrot is a really cool sounding hero. He read 5,000 comic books in a day and went insane and puts on a giant carrot mask and goes around killing communists. But what's great about it is they made a movie, which Owen has heard of and seen, called Mystery Men, which is the music video for All Star by Smash Mouth. Now, Mystery Men
Mystery Men.
was originally founded by Flaming Carrot.
Hot damn.
Although the creators of the film were like, he is too insane of a character to put into the movie, so he never made it into the movie. Little bit of Flaming Carrot trivia for you there.
A little bit of the most popular movie ever created, Mystery Men. Just a bit of Mystery Men trivia.
Yeah, just a
for
bit
you
of
guys.
Mystery Men trivia for you there, guys. I think that's
From now on, this will be the Mystery Men segment.
it is the Mystery Men segment. I think that's everything I have.
He read a comic book every 0.288 seconds.
Yeah.
That feels like it should be impossible.
It
That's
is.
weak.
That's why he went insane. Anyway,
Yeah, but like, how much effort do you have to put into like?
Well,
like
it's
that
like
fast to
in
absorb all
China.
the information?
Is it China? They've
This is
they've got like schools that teach you how to like speed read, where
Yeah.
you just like flip through a book.
my
and read
dude,
the entire
this
book
is
in,
a
like,
character
5
who wears a
minutes.
giant carrot mask, died, went to limbo, and then came back to life to kill the people who killed him and kills communists.
Sounds like my standard weekend
Yes.
without the killing communists.
I highly recommend Doom Patrol though, for real. It's really good. It's really weird. They recently made a series of it, which is on the DC thing, which you can only watch if you live in America. But they feature in an episode of Titans, which I've also started watching, and isn't that
Which is
great?
alright, yeah.
It's not great, but I'm basically watching it till I get to the Doom
It's-
Patrol episode.
I like
It's
Robin.
the second worst version of the Teen Titans put to TV.
I mean, my main
You don't
problem
like that
is
cartoon, do you?
I don't like
Teen Titans Go.
I don't like Raven. I don't think is she called Raven? What's
Yeah,
she called?
Raven.
Rachel or whatever. I don't like her. She's my least favorite character, but only because I mean I've seen one episode, so I don't know. There's four of the Titans have been introduced, but I don't know. Raven just seems so like
You know what?
uninteresting.
You know what's really weird for me, right?
Yeah,
So there's Raven and there's Beast Boy.
yeah.
Yes.
Who can
And
turn
like
into
the
a
first
lion
few
and steal
episodes,
video games.
Yeah, the first few episodes they sort of imply that like might be like some like romantic sort of thing between them.
Yeah.
The actress who plays Raven is 15, I think, and the actor who plays Beast Boy is I think 23.
Yeah.
That's a bit
Strange. Doctor Strange. Would you say? Would you say Doctor Strange?
No,
Would you say it's a
there's
bit?
no reason I'd say
don't
Doctor
do
Strange.
the
Is that,
weird
wait,
segue.
is that an attempt at a callback joke to when we just said him before? When
Yes,
we just-
it is.
That's
it is.
not how jokes
And also a
work.
segue because I
No,
recently
comedy
watched
works.
I'm joking. Anyway, segue on to what Jonathan's been watching because I know you've been watching Doctor Strange. Am I right?
No! What
Okay.
have I been watching?
What have you been reading slash
Speaking
watching
of
slash
doctors,
playing slash listening
Speaking
to?
of doctors such as Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
moving on to what Jonathan's been watching slash reading slash playing slash
damn
listening
this.
to, Doctor Who.
Have you been watching Doctor Who?
I've been watching Doctor Who. Anyway,
Doctor Who's shit.
Were you just hoping that I had?
Speaking of things Jonathan hasn't been watching.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who's shit. Moving on.
How dare you?
Anyway,
Season
I-
12.
no, the recent series is shit.
Yeah, it's-
We can have an episode dedicated. to
I
it.
thought it was better than the last.
What have you?
You mean the
What have you been
Peter
reading
Rabbit.
slash
No,
watching
Pretty
slash?
much the
Peter
only
Rabbit. Did you
No.
say Peter Rabbit was better than the last one?
Pretty much, Jesus. The only thing that I've done recently, because working alcohol, is I've been playing Mario Odyssey again.
Oh yeah, of
Aha.
course. How are you enjoying Mario Odyssey?
I actually I've decided that Mario Odyssey is a game that's played best when you really make an effort to be really good at it. Like to a casual sort of, oh, this is gonna make me sound entitled as shit. The first time I played it, I didn't really give a shit about being skilled.
Yeah. Who does?
Yeah.
Apart from Owen.
Well, exactly. And I thought it was a perfectly fine Mario game. It's not that long. It's not as long as the Mario Galaxies were.
Sure.
But there's something like 11 worlds or something like that. You get through them, you defeat Bowser, you go home.
You go home.
Yeah. Well, you literally do, and then everything's fine.
Yeah.
And then I replayed it again because I was bored. And it turns out, if you try, because there's a lot of like clever stuff that you can do with it.
Sure.
Like there's many different sort of hat throws and like different... Yeah, I know that's a weird sentence. But like there's many different ways that you can do to like do crazy shit on it. And once you sort of start like putting an actual...
Owen just threw a hat at
that was
Jonathan.
almost...
That
Context.
was
That was
close.
what... Once you start actually making an actual effort to try and be good at it,
Yeah.
it becomes so much better. Also Zelda.
Like most things.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you mean like most things? Yeah, Zelda is an interesting game, but I feel like we could
I'm
have
getting close to finishing Breath of the Wild.
we could have a Zelda segment because I've got a lot to say about Zelda.
Yeah.
So I feel like we can do a Zelda.
Can I talk more about Mario as a general franchise?
We're an hour and
Yeah.
15 minutes into
We
the
should, we,
podcast.
should,
you.
we,
We
should,
need to-
we should have our closing thoughts of the day.
So
Hang on a
basically,
minute, I've had like 3 minutes on my part of the section.
all right.
Boring
What else
piece
have
of
you been
shit.
doing? What else have you? Shut up.
Well, no, I've been banned from talking about Mario.
No. Mario as a
As
thing
an entire
is
franchise.
too big
Yeah,
of a
we're
thing. to
All I
talk
was
about.
gonna
We're sticking
say,
to-
all I was
to
gonna
a
say
signal.
is it's interesting how, because Mario Odyssey is not part of like a sort of series, but it kind of is. As in, there's
Okay,
a sort of from Mario 64 through Mario Galaxies now to Mario Odyssey. There's a sort of pseudo, almost spiritual successor line of Mario games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of take that 3D world.
The 3D worlds are sort of, you go to different worlds. They have sort of many different like objectives in those worlds.
Sure.
And it's very interesting to see sort of how they decide to diversify the sort of gameplay whilst also keeping the very sort of core mechanic, but also trying to hide the fact that it's... Because the thing is about a lot of Nintendo games is that people don't often, or traditionally haven't, especially with Mario, bought games that try to do things too differently.
Right.
Mario Galaxy, widely regarded as one of the great Mario games, didn't sell that well.
No.
Because
Was that on the
people-
Wii? Or the Wii U?
It was the Wii.
I was going to say, it was on the
like,
Wii
It was
U.
like
when it sold.
2007,
Yeah,
I think.
nothing sold well on the Wii.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like it was like 2007 or something like that.
Right.
So my guess is what Nintendo have decided to do is essentially create games that sort of have a very similar feel to make people go, oh yeah, I recognise this.
Yeah.
But also, it's different.
Yeah.
I find that very interesting.
Super interesting.
You guys have nothing to say on this, do you?
No,
No, not
I-
really.
I-
Well, no, I do, but I'd
Uh,
rather talk about it in a...
I was
different
just gonna say I do feel that that's quite a lot of the same mentality of like creating sequels to games. You gotta sort of keep you've got to identify what worked well, what people actually liked about that initial game, and then refine it while adding something new that should
Well, I think
entice
I think that's half the reason that they work so well, because most sequels to games, essentially the reason that they sort of need to be sequels is because they follow the same narrative.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mario games don't have narrative.
Thank
At
God.
all, really.
Because the narrative... Well, speaking of narrative in Mario, last year or so they were saying that Illumination, who made the Minions movie, were going to make a Mario movie.
Oh Jesus!
Please don't leave
We've
Owen.
been here before.
Please don't leave, Owen. Owen's just left. I feel like we can wrap up
If it's
now,
not a
though.
sequel to the Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh, imagine!
That'd be so
Imagine.
good. Well,
Bob Hoskins did.
Would it be what? Wait,
what was
You
that?
made-
What
wait,
they
the
were
pe-
wall?
people who made what movie?
The Minions movie.
So it'll be animated then.
Yes, it's not going to
Okay.
be live action.
Thank God. Well, I mean, they made a Mario movie that was.
No, they
so-
haven't. Nobody remembers that movie. Everyone forgets
No,
about
I mean,
we
if
have
it's-
to remember it because he's got Bob
The
Hoskins.
problem with making an animated Mario movie is you've got to make the choice of whether you give Mario proper dialogue.
Well, that's my point. It has to. You have to, surely.
Yeah.
Unless, because like the Lego
I
movie,
mean,
for
Minions.
example. Yeah, okay, I guess. No, but the Minions movie had dialogue in it, though.
Yeah,
they didn't
but,
speak.
I mean-
but no, someone
exactly,
has
that's
to.
my point.
They
Someone
said
has to
banana
talk.
Oh, no, there'll be someone.
several times.
There'll be
to
someone
an
that
annoying
speaks,
degree.
but I reckon I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the exact same thing as they did in Minions. Just
Yeah,
like Mario
possibly.
sort of, because Mario says sort of like phrases and stuff.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. Certainly possible. Anyway, let's wrap this up because it's gone on long enough and I'm absolutely fucking shattered.
Yeah.
This is a sticker.
I'm sorry, what? This
What?
is a sticker.
Yeah.
that's the new movie, Mario's Robin Banks.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
I've
The character assassination of Mario.
I wanna mention I'm trying to do my own comic book, possibly, and I have all the characters sorted out, which I'm gonna talk to you guys maybe after this, because I wanna.
you guys go to our Patreon where you can see the.
No, I mean I'm gonna talk to my co-hosts Owen and Jonathan about it.
Remember
But-
to like, comment, and subscribe.
I feel like this has been a fairly okay podcast attempt. Next episode, we're hopefully going to be more organised. We'll have more relevant news.
Next
Well-
episode, we'll have listened to this back and have notes for each other and then what we're doing really.
Or we'll have listened to this back and never make another podcast.
Yeah.
episode
Or this is
The
or this
one
will
and
never
only.
be heard by anyone ever
Yeah,
again.
it's
which
certainly
is
possible.
entirely
It's certainly possible. I'm hoping that nothing goes wrong with this audio and halfway through there isn't just static for the rest of it.
Or just clicking.
Because if there is, we're never doing this again.
Yeah, that's a sign.
But I'll tell you what, this is a momentous occasion for us because we've been talking about doing a podcast for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So we've finally done it. And I feel
we
like
finally got off our asses.
even if this isn't a success, it's been a lot
If
of
this
fun.
is a success, then we'll just go to a backup plan and start streaming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we've also been talking about.
So if you guys want to see us on Twitch,
We're not on Twitch. We're not on Patreon.
I haven't. We technically are. I
Are
made
we?
us a Twitch account.
Oh,
Holy
nice.
shit.
We're on Twitch.
Do you
Go
not
look-
remember? Do you not remember like No, it was
Yes,
last
I do
year,
remember.
actually.
Yeah, I do.
It was last year that we were gonna do it.
Because we were going to do Borderlands and stuff,
We
weren't we?
were.
Because
Yeah.
that's why we started playing Borderlands.
And then I tried. I actually did stream for like 30 seconds. I streamed like Skyrim.
And you got 1,000 million views.
No, my frame rate basically tanked.
Oh.
Because I was playing on this bastard.
He's pointing to his little child. Who he's named this bastard.
50-year-old Jonathan with his.
I was streaming on my child.
Anyway, definitely editing all this out. I think
I assumed you were.
I think that's it, right?
So guys, don't forget to.
No, shut up, Owen.
I just said that was my Mario practice coming in handy.
Oh yeah, he threw a hat. This is so annoying.
What?
We have to describe everything that
Yeah,
everyone
could
does.
Just don't, and then
Oh
edit
no,
it out.
Jonathan, pick up the hat again. He's walking over to get the hat. Just to let you guys.
He's
know.
just picked up the hat. This
Sit
is
down.
not funny.
No, sit
This is
down.
not funny.
Sit down. Prepare to throw the hat again.
He's gonna throw the hat.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna sync you for the hat throw. Okay.
Oh yeah, we need a clap. We need a sick clap.
Okay, ready?
Oh, I thought I'd throw it and you clap.
He clapped a bit late. Anyway, I think that's everything. I think
Oh,
we can...
are we done? Sync done.
Sync done. Thank you. I was gonna ask you for a clap, but there we go. Next episode,
I was
Jonathan.
giving Tom the clap. I'm sorry, not describing everything.
We should be called the Clapcast. Next episode, Jonathan's going to do a theme song. That's guaranteed. He's doing it. I'm looking at him now. He's nodding his head.
We can do the Friends theme song. Just clap it.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I'm not singing it. Jonathan's definitely singing it. Owen's not going to... Well, Owen's going to clap more, actually, next
Next time we do it, can we do it early in the day so I don't feel like dying?
We will if I don't wake up at 4 in the afternoon.
What are you talking about?
My life sucks. Moving on.
We're good, and we're recording this at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Yes, this is 6 p.m.
No.
Wait, no.
Okay.
I was supposed to do a joke, but it is 6 p.m.
Yeah, it's almost
What's
set.
wrong with me? Right. We're ending this now. I'm too tired.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. If you're listening, I was. It was fun. This will hopefully be on SoundCloud, as will the other episodes if we do them.
Should we put them on Spotify?
No. Put them on YouTube on my Immortal Mormon channel. Yeah, go check out my Immortal Mormon
It's
film.
the best film ever made.
Type Immortal Mormon into YouTube and it's got a dude outside of a church. As
Also,
a thumbnail.
Reverse Revolution.
No,
Reverse
that's the name.
Revolution.
That's
What's
not
it
the
called?
name, but I'm not
No,
gonna-
Reverse Riot.
It was
Reverse
only-
Riot.
It was
Reverse
only
Riot.
on Facebook anyway.
I think I
Damn
found
it.
it there, didn't I? I did find it, but then
Yeah, you found it on Facebook.
So a bit of
I didn't
context.
save it. There.
Reverse
No, we're
Riot
ending
is-
this now.
is-
Right. Okay. Goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you for listening. Anyone want to say anything?
Just
Yeah. Just clap. Anything? Anything?
Just
no.
stop.
You want to
yeah,
say?
we'll
Just,
just
all right.
End this,
Oh,
Tom!
I'm just looking at the massive spike for the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does that every time you clap, mate.
Thanks for listening.
That was-
And goodbye. Is this the
Yeah.
end? All right.
Yeah, we're done. See you guys.
What do you want?
Bye. Everyone say bye.
Bye.
Bye.